Morning class 12th. So here I am Rachna Kaushik again with you to give you more about the chapter current electricity. So here we have reached to the level in last class we have studied about the Wheatstone bridge, and now today we will be dealing more about cell, EMF, then internal resistance, then terminal voltage. So these are four concepts about which I'll be telling you today. Cell, EMF, internal resistance and terminal voltage. All the four concepts are different from each other. So first thing we'll be talking about is cell. That what is cell? So cell, we have drawn many times cell. Yes, many cells are connected, then it acts as a battery. Yes, this one is positive terminal, this one is negative terminal. So only single cell having the longer and the shorter electrode, that is positive and negative, so it is a cell. So what is cell? It is a device. It is a device which provides electrical energy. It is a device which provides electrical energy to the instrument or to all circuit elements. Yes, so cell, what is cell? It is a device which provides electrical energy to all circuit elements. So what are these circuit elements? It can be resistance, it can be capacitor, yes, it can be diode, it can be valve. So many instruments are there, and by reaching the energy at that level, what they do, just they release the energy. Yes, see, if I have connected the resistor over here, then what will happen? The cell will provide energy, this energy will go here. Yes, the electrons are moving exactly in the form of energy. So electrons are not having any energy, exactly the cell is providing energy to the electron. Then electron moves to here. Yes, when it reaches to this level, it releases its energy to the resistor, and by taking or gaining the energy from this resistor, what cell is doing? Cell is performing their work. Then again empty electron is coming here. Then again it is getting charged. It is getting energy, and then again it is moving. So this is the work of a cell. Now cell do not produce charge. Cell is not a charge producer. Charge is already there in the circuit or in the elements, or we can say in the metallic conductor who have the large number of free electrons. So cell do not produce charge. What it does do? Just it gives the energy. It only gives some energy to charge. So this is the work of energy. Yes, and the next thing, what cell do? Cell maintains a potential difference. Cell maintains a potential difference which forces the charge or electron to move in the circuit. I told you in last class also that whenever there will be a potential difference between 2 points, then only the charge will move, the electron will move. I have given you the concept of water level. Yes, if there will be potential difference between the water tanks, with both the water tank, then only the water will move from this one to this one, or this one to this one. But if the same level will attain, then there will be no water flow. Similarly, what the cell do? Cell maintains a potential difference between both the terminals. Okay, this potential difference only forces the charge or electron to move in the circuit, because if there will be potential difference, then only the charge will move. That is why there is a potential difference, then the charge will move from one point to another point. This we'll understand more with the help of electrochemical cell. I think some of the students were there in the class in which in a lab. So in there we have prepared a electrochemical cell. You must be remembering we have taken a jar, and in that jar we have filled copper sulfate solution. Yes, and with the copper sulfate solution we have just dripped a copper strip. Yes, and the copper strip were wound with a wire, and the next electrode we have taken carbon electrode. Yes, so that the cell, that type of cell is known as electrochemical cell. Now here also you can see the two electrodes. Yes, one is positive and next one is negative. And how we can perform the work? We can just connect it in this way. There is a R outer resistance. Yes, now what will happen? See, if this is a positive, full of positive and full of negative electrons. Yes, now what will happen here? The electrons will move from this path. Yes, because higher number of charges are in this path and lower number of charges are in this path. Yes, then what electrochemical cell will do? It will produce chemical energy. Yes, and this chemical energy will convert into electrical energy, as we have seen in lab. Now what exactly is the mechanism? Now what will happen here? It is a positive, it is a negative terminal and full of electrons, and their electrons are less. Then what will happen? The electrons will move from here. Electron will go there, here, it will come here, it will obey the path here, and then it will come here. Then again electron from this path will go to here. Now you must be thinking that why electron is going from positive to negative terminal. Yes, you must be thinking that why electron is going from positive to negative terminal, due to the deficiency of electron, because it has maintained the higher and lower potential level. This rod is already at lower potential and it is at higher potential. That is why this electron is moving from this positive to negative. Now here, by moving from positive to negative, what is happening? So many chemical reactions are taking place, and that can be named as exothermic reaction or redox reaction. Now in this, so we are going deeply in chemistry. Yes, which is no needed in physics, but for your knowledge I wanted to tell you here which reaction takes place. Exothermic reaction takes place, which release the energy. Now what is happening here? The electron is getting charged from moving this point to this point. The electron is getting charged, it is having a bag, it just full his bag with this energy, then it goes there, then releases his energy in the resistance, and after releasing the energy it again come to this point, and again between this path again it fill its bag with the energy. So this is how the electrons are moving, and the current is just moving opposite to it. Yes, current always move from positive to negative terminal, and electron always move from negative to positive terminal. Yes, so this is a theory how it works. Electron moves from negative to positive and current move from positive to negative. Now you can see the negative terminal we name as anode. You must be remembering in chemistry it is the cathode. See, if it is at positive plus V volt terminal and it is at negative minus V volt terminal. And here some solutions must be there which we call as electrolyte. And these two rods are called as electrodes. Yes, so cell have some reactions. Cell exactly do some reactions which can be called as exothermic reaction. What exothermic reaction do? It releases the energy. Yes, and similarly redox reaction is also taking place. Redox means the combination of oxidation and reduction. At one point it is doing oxidation, at one point it is doing reduction. Now due to some battery mechanism, in some books, even in NCERT, even in SC Verma, you will find they have not given this proper concept which I told you, that why it is happening due to exothermic reaction, due to this redox reaction. They have just written a line, due to some battery mechanism the electron is moving from this point to this point. Yes, now here again I can tell you, see the force FB, what it is doing, it is just pushing electron from negative to positive terminal. And this force is non-electrostatic force. It don't have to do anything with the electrostatics. Yes, so that is why the electron is moving from this point to this point. So this is all about cell. Now we'll be talking next point, that is electromotive force, EMF. Now from the name itself you must be concluding that it is electromotive force, but it is the historical name of this force, electromotive force. So it is not a force, it is its historical name. But after doing, in the history, first it was given the name electromotive force, but after doing so many experiments, scientists found that it is no more electromotive force, it is a potential difference. So which type of potential difference is it? So it is the potential difference between two electrodes. It is a potential difference between two electrodes or terminal of a cell when no current flows, or we can say open circuit. So that is known as EMF and commonly denoted as this E, epsilon, and SI unit, as it is potential difference, so SI unit is volt. So what is this electromotive force? It is a potential difference between two electrodes or terminals of a cell when no current flows through it, or we can say open circuit. Yes, now I can give you one example. The cell which you are buying from market, yes, it is of 12 volt. You can see it's written in this cell 12 volt. Somewhere it is written 1.5 volt. So this potential is only known as EMF because at that time no current is flowing through the circuit. Yes, so whatever potential difference is written in the battery when you buy it from the market, when you purchase it from the market, so at that time you can see that potential is known as electromotive force. So that is known as electromotive force. In next class I will be telling you what is potential difference. Yes, so here you can see how we can just make you one more concept by the using electromotive cell. See, you purchase a battery from the market and that was of 12 volt. Yes, the potential difference between these two electrodes was 12 volt. And here you connected this with the ammeter, even with this 4 ohm resistor, and then you connected put this voltmeter across it. Yes, and 12 volt. Now let me ask you, what was your expectation? Your expectation from this? The potential is of 12 volt. Yes, what is your expectation if I ask you what is the current flowing? So what you will do? You will just write Ohm's law, V is equals to IR. Yes, and from this V is already given, so you will write 12, I and R is what? 4 ohm. So 4 ohm and I you will get it's 3 ampere. Now if I'll ask you that what is the potential difference with what is the potential at 4 ohm resistor? Again, what you will do? V is equals to IR. Now V you have to find across 4 ohm. So V is equals to 4 into I what? 3. Yes, and V is equals to 12 volt. Now you are satisfied. Wow, my 12 volt potential is purely going to this resistor. But is it happen in reality? No. This was our expectations. Yes, so you were very happy. Wow, I got the same amount of resistance with same amount of potential which I am just purchased in the market. Yes, but it is not the reality. Let us see. Here we will denote this as del V, change in potential. Yes. Now let us go for the observations. While doing observations, while observing the ammeter, what you found? in emitter the reading coming was 2 ampere, and at the voltmeter the reading coming was 8 volts. So this was reality. In expectation you are getting 12 volt. In reality you are getting 8 volt. So what it is happening? Oh, sad. Yes, so this concept we'll just learn in next class, in which we will be studying about internal resistance. So with this note I'll just compile the class. In next class I'll be telling you about this concept, that why it is happening. Stay blessed and stay at your home and complete the notes as well, which I am doing just right in the copy. Thank you.